I was passionate about places. I saw the difference in places and discovered that not everywhere was the same. My name is Andre Johnson. I'm an urban designer with Yard & Company. So I was born in Cincinnati and I lived here until I was about 9 years old. And then from there I moved to Minneapolis and lived there for a year. And then after that I moved to Omaha and lived there for 4 years. So I kind of did a tour of the Midwest. And I ended up back in Cincinnati. By that time I was in high school. So I went into UC. That's actually how I ended up meeting Joe and Kevin through one of my studios. They were the ones that were instructing the studio that we were tasked to do a site activation for a site in Camp Washington neighborhood in Cincinnati, Ohio. So the goal of the project there was to create a resident-led process that would eventually be a catalyst for more development in the neighborhood. I walked away from that project feeling actually at first like maybe nothing was gonna happen. I was a little bit apprehensive about the real effect of hosting an event. But looking back on it a few years later, there's actually been some things popping up around that neighborhood. There's been some ripple effect that's started. So from there, I sort of learned that maybe there is something to this, you know? So I graduated from UC with my planning degree in spring of 2021. And what I decided to do then was move out to DC. And what I did when I lived out in DC was I worked for an architecture and urban design firm for a while and started to learn some of the basics of new urbanism. And what I decided was that I wanted to take that experience that I learned there back to Cincinnati to help build the town that I was raised in. And Yard was excited to have me and bring me on board, and so now I'm an urban designer on their team. I would hate to be just sitting at a desk every day, and being able to be hands-on out in the community is just such a more fulfilling thing to be living by. One of the best parts about working for Yard has been the fact that I've been able to find myself in scenarios that I would have never found myself before. So I'm excited that I'm part of the Yard & Company team, and over time, it's gonna be great to see as I grow, the firm will grow too.